Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. At Nate's place, Audra isn't surprised at his reaction to her news, but is still disappointed he can't even celebrate with her. Nate points out that was what this whole night was about, buttering him up. She wanted to put him in a good mood for telling him she's going back to working for the man who fired her in the first place. What does he get out of this? He prods. What is it? What does he want from you? Audra goes on about how Victor was impressed with her work at Glissade. Nate says, so impressed he fired you. Audra says he realized he made a mistake. Nate argues that isn't Victor. He must have an agenda. Did he give you any stipulations? Audra claims the offer didn't include anything she wasn't willing to entertain. Nate doesn't understand, and of this, she hates Victor. Audra says an offer hasn't come from anyone else. She's excited to be her own boss again and pleads with him not to rain on her parade. He just can't believe Victor has no caveats. He's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Audra insists he wants her to build him a new, legitimate company. She'll get an ironclad contract and Nate can check it over. Nate just wishes there was another way. She knows he's just trying to protect her, but she wants him to be happy for her. Nate apologizes to Audra for his reaction to her news not being what she hoped for. She just wants to celebrate with him. She found something to give her purpose again. Nate wants to make it up to her with a nightcap at the jazz lounge, but asks her to please be careful with Victor. In every deal, he wants something for himself, and you often never see it coming. Michael joins Victor in the club dining room. The mustache senses something bad has happened. Michael tells him one of their spies in Jabat has gone radio silent. He thinks he regrets trying to get more money from them, or someone got to him and shut him up. Michael promises to take care of it, then pivots to Aristotle Dumas. There's a meeting scheduled between him and Billy Abbott next week. He doesn't know what form it will take. Victor can't understand why someone of Dumas' stature would meet with Billy Boy. Michael thinks Billy must have something he wants, but he's not sure what. Abbott Communications isn't off the ground and wouldn't even register on Dumas' radar. Victor wants to let it play out and see if Billy will fall into a trap Dumas is setting for him. At Jebug, Jack and Kyle take a meeting with Elliot Matheson, who wonders why he's been summoned to the CDO office. Jack says they want to be sure he's settled in from Glissade. Jack asks him about his inquiries about their new product, considering he's not an R&D. Matheson is always looking to help the company. Kyle asks, help whose company exactly? They explain that they know he met with Michael Baldwin, who works for Victor Newman. The man asks what they want. Kyle says he has two options. He can resign immediately and never work in the industry again, or accept a lucrative role as a double agent for the Abbotts. Matheson agrees to tell them what he knows, but he needs assurance that he'll be compensated. Jack agrees, but Kyle warns him against betraying them again. After Matheson has told them everything he knows, they let him leave. Kyle thanks him for making the right decision. Jack and Kyle congratulate each other on pulling that off. Jack urges his son to take the rest of the night off. He earned it. Kyle has to meet Claire and reveals that he asked her to move in with him. Jack says it's a pretty big step. He makes it clear she's welcome to live in the Abbott house once the renovations are finished. Kyle appreciates that, but they may find a place of their own. Jack learns that Claire is thinking about it. Victor's disdain is standing in the way of their relationship. Jack hates this and tells Kyle that everyone else, including Nikki, is in favor of it. Claire walks into the jazz lounge and spots Holden. Smiling to herself, she strolls over and asks if he's drinking a Vesper. She reminds him he turned her on to them. He remembers. She says it's become her go-to. Holden asks if she'd care to join him for one right now. Claire says she'll pass. She's waiting for her boyfriend. Holden wasn't trying to make a move, he just didn't want her to drink alone. He asks her name, and she tells him she's Claire Newman. He introduces himself as Holden Novak. He asks if she's from Victor Newman's family. She is, but is just getting used to it. Holden wants to hear her story. Claire fills Holden in on being taken from her parents as a baby and only meeting the Newmans recently. This reminds Holden of Damien's situation. He lived his entire life thinking one thing about himself, only to find out it wasn't true.